We've been doing this for over 25, almost 25 years.
That's
known
right.
each other.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I think.
By the way,
you weren't even a teenager yet. I think.
That's
Unless
right.
13 counts as a 12 or 12 preteen sort of.
I knew him then too.
That's right.
Did you know his
Man,
father?
yeah. I do. I just met his dad.
Yeah,
Actually, I met him back the first time you came in because you were a kid at that time.
That's right.
You know?
There used to be a thing called a guitar show.
Yeah.
in Five Towns College in Long Island, when you could find things, Les Pauls for about 10 grand, maybe.
Sunburst one, yeah.
Sunburst, 20
Those
grand.
were the days,
Yeah.
my friend.
Strats were 25, 3,500 for 60 Strats,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that was the line. If it had a rosewood neck, 2,500.
Yeah.
If it had a maple neck, 4,000.
4,000, yeah. And if it was a color,
Yeah.
that still
Might be a little premium.
means, like, Firebirds with colors were worth way more than
Well, you know
burst
what's
Firebirds.
odd? Firebird 1 seemed to be worth more than a lot of the Firebird 3s. And
Picture of Eric and Cream, and you're done. Man.
Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the point. And, by the way,
and Stills played one, a white one, a one.
That's right.
For a
by the
long
way,
time.
this is Joey B,
Hello.
Joe Bonamassa, and Jimmy V, the funky
Yeah.
rabbi over
Yeah.
here. It's old home week here at Norm's Rare Guitars. I got the boys in here jamming away, and we love it when they play.
We were
And
supposed to meet for lunch, and he said, "Let's meet at Norm's." So I should have known that we're
He's
gonna
my
eat
agent.
guitar. We're going to have guitars for lunch.
That's right.
So, by the way, he's playing a 1954 J-160E,
Beautiful. Yeah.
first year.
Yeah.
And this is Joe's girlfriend, Carmelita, right?
That's right, Carmelita. It's been in the mothball for the last year or so. I've been using another guitar, and I decided that the tour we start on Saturday, I'm going to take this out for the U.S. run. So
Maybe that's why she was so friendly to me when I was playing her.
It's a great guitar. It's a great guitar,
Take me.
but you can only play one at a time. So I'm like,
Been in hibernation. By the way, this little amp over here is a low-power
Oh yeah, let me get out of the way of this.
that
'cause it's so
Joe
cool.
just got from us. Is 56 is it?
56, yeah. It's
Should
the
we
cleanest
look at the
one.
back?
It's the cleanest one of these I've ever seen. It's got the original cover, and that's a Firebird 1.
Yeah.
And Joe had to have something to go with that amp to kind of
Oh, that's
make
just
it
an
sound really
appetizer.
good. So this is an appetizer. This is just the single pickup student model Firebird.
That's right.
This thing sounds pretty cool too. Could you?
They do have a very interesting sound. They're not as loud. Well, they're louder than a Les Paul because they're less output, which is a kind of a paradox.
And on your new hit single,
Yeah.
Mountain Climbing.
Well, yeah. If you really want to get into it, I'll show you the tuning. It's open D minor. I don't know if I have hit song.
This one's doing very well from what I understand, and I love the tune.
So this would be normal open D. So, and then all you do is you just take the major third down a half. This is why then the chords. So that's basically it. And then my guitar tech was recreating it for these jam tracks, and he called me up in a panic. He was in the studio recording, and he goes, "Joe, I cannot figure that bridge solo chord, that C minor. How are you playing it? He shows me a picture of like, and he made up this kind of voicing down here. I said, take your index finger and bar the first 4 strings of the 10th fret, and that's it. That's the trick. And a lot of times the stuff that you really like is a lot simpler
Than you think.
And this is no different. You know, the way you can, just bar and then. So you can make up patterns in open tuning, and then and it'll work. This guitar would be cool. And whatever you do, if you ever write something in open tuning, don't then overdub a solo in standard tuning, because if you have to play it live, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, and that's exactly what I did. I never thought I'd play it live. I never thought anybody would want to hear it. So anyway, it's a fun day here at Norman's.
Yeah. Always great to see the boys here. By the way, when are you announcing the new cruise for next year?
I think we go on sale next month, I think. So I don't know what the lineup is confirmed yet, but we had such a good time. And this year...
If this fellow over here wasn't working all the time,
I'm working, but Kirk is great, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's doing it still, but is he still? Anton and Kirk and no.
Kirk and Josh Smith always have an open invite. I love those guys; they're my good friends. Anton's in my band now. Michael Rhodes, Reese Weiner.
Yeah, it's a great. I saw that band. It was absolutely
stupidly
that
good.
band plus the Expander band.
Yeah.
We've been seeing great. You're sending out the great pictures too of the stuff all the time on Instagram, and it's really great to follow the collections.
The addiction.
The addiction, which I take some responsibility for, and you always blame me, and I don't mind that, you know.
I used to.
First one's free.
I used to watch. That's
how you get them.
12:30. I used to watch you at 12:30 because every night you'd have some different killer vintage guitar.
Weird
there was
stuff
Firebirds,
too. Yeah.
And then there was always some Gibson. There was a Burst you played for a long time.
Yeah, and I played a lot of Epiphones back then too. I loved 50s Epiphones. You know, Broadways and Riviera, 60s Rivieras, and the one with all the push buttons on it. Emperor Zephyr Regent.
Yeah.
Because I saw a picture of Carl Perkins playing one once. I said, oh man, gotta have that.
That was almost their Switchmaster kind of thing, except with buttons.
Yeah, and of course we all thought, the way we think that if we get a Vox Wah-Wah and a Fuzz Face and a Marshall, we're going to sound like Hendrix with our Strap. But no,
it never happens.
It's fun it's like playing Army, except not without real bullets, Dress up.
That's
but,
right.
they all do have voices, and they make you... People say, why? Because you could pick it up and write a new song. The minute you get a new guitar, you're going to go home probably and write a new song with that, because it just inspires you.
And why do they call them axes? Because that's what you use to cut down a tree.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I don't think there's... the last thing I always say is that, what's the best guitar?
Your next one.
The one the next guy next to you has. And then, that's really the truth. And this is the place where they all are. All the guitars next to the guy next to you are at Norm's.
Well, I just like to say one other thing. These guys are great guys, and they played for me for the Midnight Mission, which is a charity that's very dear to me, for the homeless. And I'm going to hit them up for one more of these things. Monsters of Guitar, and I'm going to hit them up when Albert Lee is available too.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to put together another concert. And there's one that I can't announce with a huge star that's coming up. That's a 500-seater that we didn't even announce, and it's all sold out. So I'll be announcing that within the next week or so, but I can't say anything because mum's the word. But I'm going to hit my boys up over here. And,
we're going to be there.
The Funky Rabbi and Joey B. So.
He says that to me because he's half Italian.
Right, I'm Jewish and half Italian. There was a picture on, it was a Guitar World magazine where I said, this guy, all he needs is Torah.
Well, Don Rickles did say that to me once. I was like, let him into the elevator. He said, thank you, Rabbi. I said, how wonderful. to be not insulted, but just to be even recognized by Don Rickles was great. Anyway, this is my godson, Joe Bonamassa.
And my nephew.
Yeah.
Right.
the great Jimmy Vivino, Conan O'Brien, check him out. Joe Bonamassa, everywhere worldwide.